Does this sound like you? Little audience participation. Give me some feedback. Write in the chat. Which one sounds like you? Tired of the focus on AI tool hype? Not enough focus on AI strategy? Not being able to quickly respond to client or potential client needs? Or if you feel like you're falling behind as an AI consultant, have questions about what services you should be offering or what you should be charging for your services. If any of this sounds like you, you're in the right place. And Mike and I have done a ton of research, and we know these are the questions that a lot of you are asking yourself. So if you felt one or all those things I just mentioned, don't feel bad. Not too long ago, we felt the same exact way. But after building One Click AI, which we also call OC for short, I've been transformed, and so can you. I've made the shift from just being an AI consultant to becoming a virtual chief AI officer that millions of businesses around the world are looking for. And with the help of One Click AI, you can take that leadership ride with me. If that sounds like good advice, give me a thumbs up and we'll get ready to rock and roll. All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Why I created One Click. I didn't build One Click as an idea. I built it out of lifelong experiences. A little bit about me. Just like AI has caused many people to reinvent themselves, so have I. I wrote my first AI book, the AI Business Dictionary, to teach myself all the new words and phrases I was reading about AI. And I really wished a platform like One Click existed when I began my AI consulting journey. It would have been a heck of a lot easier. And I want to get personal for a moment and share something else that shaped this entire platform. My entrepreneurship journey started at 7 years old, watching my dad run his graphic design and printing business out of our basement of our Long Island home. I remember telling myself, someday I'm going to run my own company too. I just didn't know that someday would be 40 years later. In my second book, The Invisible Chief AI Officer, I explained that businesses don't actually need more AI tools, they need AI leadership. A chief AI officer provides the strategy, vision, and coordination behind everything a company does with AI. They prevent chaos, eliminate duplication, build responsible AI practices, and make sure every AI effort actually ties back to real business goals. A great CAIO starts with business objectives, not technology hype. They audit the current state, define success with measurable KPIs, build a roadmap that scales from small pilot projects, and bring every department into alignment around what AI is supposed to achieve. But here's the problem. With some chief AI officer salaries reaching $500,000, go check it out on LinkedIn. Look for those jobs. People are paying $500,000 for chief AI officers. Not every company can afford to hire a full-time chief artificial intelligence officer. And there are essentially three models of AI leadership: the full-time CAIO, the fractional CAIO, and the on-demand chief artificial intelligence officer model. And that last one, the on-demand CAIO, is what One Click is built for. It gives small businesses and consultants the same clarity, structure, and strategic leadership a full-time CAIO would provide without the cost or complexity or technical hiring. In short, One Click was created to bring CAIO level leadership to everyone who needs it, not just companies big enough to afford a C-suite role. So, like many of you, I built a career first. Mine was in journalism. I spent decades as a TV broadcaster, political reporter, traveling the country, covering major national events. And I'll never forget the moment that changed everything for me. I was standing in front of the camera during the 2000 presidential election, which back then was one of the most high-stake political stories of our time. For a lot of journalists, that would have been a career pinnacle. But as I stood there delivering the story, I felt emptiness. I was good at what I did. I was respected. I had the awards, the recognition, the career highlights, but I also knew something else. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life telling other people's stories. I wanted to start living mine. That moment planted a seed, a shift, a realization that I wanted to build something of my own, something meaningful. Fast forward, and that path led me into entrepreneurship, digital strategy, and ultimately into building One Click AI. Not because it was trendy, not because AI was exploding, but because I saw the same struggle everywhere. Businesses drowning in tools, but starving for leadership. Consultants wanting help, but lacking the structure, tools, clarity, and confidence to do it. a vacuum where strategic AI guidance should be. When you've reinvented yourself once, you see the world different. You see opportunities others miss. You understand what it means to feel stuck. One Click is the platform I wish existed when I started. This isn't software to me. This is a system I built for consultants, strategists, or business owners who are ready to step into leadership, even if they don't feel completely ready